Magneto will have his own utopia. James Gunn gets Wonder Woman, and Thor has a new hairstyle. Another suspicious batch of promotional images for the next Avengers has leaked online. DC is looking for a replacement for Gal Gadot, and King Thanos might fight Dr. Doom. Who would you cast as Wonder Woman? I would personally pick Adria Arjona. Leave your choices in the comments and support the video with a like, because I'm unexpectedly starting this news roundup with DC. They're getting ready to film Superman 2 over there, and James Gunn published a mysterious casting call. Gunn needs an actress no older than 30 for a role described as a warrior with a strong body and character. The role also extends beyond the Superman franchise, and of course everyone immediately thought of Wonder Woman, especially considering that a couple of months ago Gunn called Diana DC's #1 priority, and even said they were writing a script for her at the studio. Thus, a classic pattern is emerging. Wonder Woman will first be shown in a Superman film in 2027, and only then will she get a solo movie. All according to Zack Snyder's plans. If rumors are to be believed, then in the next Avengers installments, Dr. Doom will assemble his own team to oppose the heroes. Fans speculate that it could include a wide variety of characters, from Captain Hydra to King Thanos. And what does your ideal Doom team look like? It's also funny that Brainiac, who will be the villain in Superman 2, is also Snyder's idea. Initially, he wanted to make a second Man of Steel with Brainiac and only then move on to a crossover with Batman. But the studio rushed things and they had to make Batman v Superman, which also threw in Wonder Woman, whose solo film was in active development. What's happening now looks like a mirror image, with the only difference being that Gunn wasn't pressured with the Justice League and was allowed to make Superman 2. How can you not recall that Snyder, back in the day, wanted to make a solo Wonder Woman film set during the Crimean War? Maybe they'll copy that plan for the new Diana as well, and then who knows, maybe they'll even invite Snyder to direct the film. Would you want that or not? Write in the comments. Well, now let's move on to why we're all here. The Doomsday trailer is less than a month away, and more supposedly leaked photos and materials from the film are appearing online. Most of them, of course, are created by artificial intelligence, but just like back in the day with No Way Home, there could be real photos somewhere in there, which Kevin Feige casually posts and then, to make sure the leak doesn't get lost among others, promotes through insiders and Reddit. This is what happened with a new series of shots where most of the characters are minimalistically looking at the camera against a white background, just like in 2018, when Marvel released an identical photo shoot before Infinity War, which adds to the leak's realism. And the first thing that catches the eye on it is Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel, whose participation in the film is still unconfirmed, although of course it's an open secret. Cumberbatch said long ago that he would be in Avengers, and Brie Larson was recently walking around in a Captain Marvel wig during the election. Another argument for the authenticity of the photos is the details. We have never seen the suit on Captain Marvel before. It's different in every film. Same with Doctor Strange's hair, he always has a clean-shaven goatee. But in the new photo, he has a full beard up to his ears, which has never been in the movies before. And it's unlikely anyone would decide to add Kevin Feige to an AI-generated photo. But he is in the new shots, just like in 2018. But of course, the main star of the event is Tobey Maguire. The aged Spider-Man also looks different from his appearance in No Way Home. And artificial intelligence detectors say that the photo is unlikely to have been made with neural network. Considering how all the insiders are unanimously claiming Maguire and his world will have a significant role in Doomsday, it makes you want to believe the picture is actually real. Well, for those who like bolder theories, there's a version that the cropped person next to Feige in the photo is Robert Downey Jr., because he literally just recently appeared in public in a suit identical to the one on the cropped person next to Feige. Summing up and considering the previous costume leak, which is definitely accurate, it's safe to say that Marvel is indeed repeating the promotional campaign for No Way Home. The only problem is that there weren't as many neural networks back then. There's an opinion that it won't work this time, and even if you show Thanos in swimming trunks, people still won't believe it. But Thanos will be there because Josh Brolin stated in his latest interview that if the Russo brothers call him, he'll be on set in a flash. After which Brolin remarked that maybe he's already gotten the call and who knows how it will all turn out. In short, we should expect this actor in the film, and one would hope it's not just as Thanos, but as King Thanos. In the comics, this is a version of the character who won the Infinity War and destroyed half the universe. After which Thanos, in an attempt to impress Lady Death, went further, got a stylish beard and new armor. This, however, is just a theory to freshen up the character's image. Among interesting rumors, insiders are again predicting that Magneto will have, if not his own universe, then definitely his own country in Doomsday. It is reported that Sir Ian McKellen will not just have a nostalgia role, but a key character who fights for his dream. Because apparently, at the start of Doomsday, we will meet a Magneto who has just fulfilled his dream. He created a utopia, a world only for mutants, or a more canon-accurate Genosha from the comics, or the mutant island of Krakoa, although that's an idea more suitable for the mutant saga. In any case, regarding Magneto, he will, according to insiders, be highly motivated in the film, and we can expect a massive battle between him and Robert Downey Jr. Most likely, it will be in the same place where other X-Men will clash with the Avengers. Specifically, a new report says that Sam Wilson's Captain America will fight Cyclops, Yelena Belova will fight Mystique, Captain Marvel will fight Photon, Mr. Fantastic will fight Nightcrawler, and The Thing will fight Colossus. It's interesting, by the way, which version, because logically it should be Daniel Cudmore from the old films, but now there's the current Stefan Kapikic, so who knows? It's sad, of course, for Magneto's fate, if he really does fight Dr. Doom, but insiders are leaving a backup option open because they say Eric will be driven by the desire to survive and protect his wards, and he couldn't care less about the incursion. So who knows, maybe Dr. Doom will gain a loyal ally in Eric. At least that would be better than giving Doom unknown aliens, like they did with Thanos back in the day. Magneto, Scarlet Witch, Captain Hydra. And then, who knows, maybe Doctor Strange will join with his ambiguous morals. That's a solid lineup, and with it, Marvel can achieve its main goal to make the audience feel, and sometimes even root for the villain. How can you not feel for him after all, when his wife is Vanessa Kirby herself? Remember that video from TikTok and some women from the Russo brothers' office? A separate photo of the costumes in the background appeared from there, and in it, Doom, Sue Storm, and Franklin Richards are indeed standing together like one happy family. And Doom's suit is exactly the same one Robert Downey Jr. wore at Comic-Con during the initial announcement. The internet is buzzing again that in his home universe, Victor was married to Sue, and they had a son. And what he will be doing in Doomsday is nothing other than an attempt by a grief-stricken father to find his family in the multiverse. Just like with Scarlet Witch in Multiverse of Madness. It didn't work out very well there, though. We'll see how the Russo brothers adapt the idea this time. Another piece of news related to him is that insiders are reporting that Doomsday will become the director's most beautiful and visually grand film. Considering they have Doomsday and Infinity War in their collection, that's a bold statement. But it makes sense, as in both of those films the image was sometimes blurry. This time, journalists claim that the Russos will make the most of the 14 months of post-production and will surpass the visual component of the previous installments. One really hopes that Spider-Man will take part in all of this. And there is reason for optimism here, because according to Deadline, the filming of Spider-Man 4 will wrap up in mid-December. That means, chronologically, Tom Holland will be free during the additional shooting for Doomsday, and write in character too. We hope they'll transport him straight from one set to another in costume, and shoot all his scenes. The fact that you don't need to be on set with other actors anymore was already revealed by Alan Cumming, who said that a significant portion of scenes are filmed on a green screen, and conversation partners and fight opponents are added in later. In that case, integrating Spider-Man into the film would be very simple. Finally, let's talk about the Avengers trailer. Given its release in a month, it's already being prepared for distribution to theaters. Against this backdrop, the first descriptions have appeared online. Of course, they should be treated with caution, but how can you pass something like this up? It is reported that the clip will begin with a voiceover from Dr. Doom, who is standing at someone's grave and talking about his trials and tribulations. Then, quick shots of Thor, Sam Wilson, and the Fantastic Four looking at the sky in horror. And Benedict Cumberbatch steps onto the scene in the chaos of two universes colliding, their cities being destroyed simultaneously in both. Then, as claimed, the trailer features numerous battles between Dr. Doom and other heroes and villains, and the clip ends with him removing his mask, and we see the scarred face of Robert Downey Jr. After the Avengers logo in the post-credits scene, Chris Evans and Hayley Atwell run out of a portal with an unapproved design from the Loki series dressed in civilian clothes. According to the news, the first teaser lasts 1 minute and 48 seconds, and it will leave more questions than answers. That's classic Marvel. And the fact that the first clip will focus on Dr. Doom is also understandable. The audience needs to be introduced to him, especially considering the actor playing him. This same report claims that Doom's task in the film will be to escape from an eternal prison where he was confined. You can feel a hint at Kong the Conqueror, because who else could have done that? And it's easiest to introduce Doom into the plot as someone even Kong feared. Although again, this is just a text description from Twitter. And who knows what it will actually be like. We are waiting for the release of the footage, and of course, the first thing we'll do is watch my breakdown. And so you don't forget, turn on notifications and don't forget to subscribe. That's all from me. Until next time, friends.